So yeah.
All right. So, last we left off, you guys had, of course, defeated the giants and were taking a moment to kind of touch base with one another about some of the things that occurred during said combat with the stone giants. Um, from there, you guys settled into your watch for the evening. Couple of you, um, we're starting to have I guess to say break down some barriers, talk to each other. The rhyming crew finally having like a proper conversation. But then the candlelight lady had realized that maybe Jed was getting a little too big for his britches. And it was time to really take a moment to very gently remind him of who's in charge in their relationship. Um, and she more or less possessed him and forced him to attack the party. Um, he was very quickly uh brought down to try to figure out what was going on. And the realization was struck that the candlelight lady wanted Jed to feel brought low by the circumstances. Um, but other than that, the rest of the watches continued without a hitch. Um, and so we bring ourselves to consciousness in the morning. The last ones on watch were Natrice and Aras. But you all come to consciousness in the morning. You still have like a day or two before you're in Redemption proper. The town. I mean, it's gonna take longer to get to the concept. Um, but that is where we're picking up. So, I assume you engage in your breakfast routine.
Fred
Unless
is
Fred is
going to wake and
holding con
bake.
June is joining the wake and baking.
It's like everybody's gathered around the campfire, but everybody's got like their guns all pointed at, at Jed, eating slowly but also aiming.
He has his wicker manacles anyway.
Dar's getting the report from Jude. What'd he get up to, dog?
Do you want help with your braids, Juniper?
Please, that would be lovely.
All right. Fred will while we're wake and baking, probably passing the joint back and forth. Fred will help Juniper with her hair and give her a braid session.
Lovely. So you have anything to say for yourself over there?
Um, Honestly, Jed probably would have been late getting out of his tent because, you know, awkwardness. Um, I suppose when Jed would have been quiet until confronted about it. Um, and then, you know, I am truly sorry that the consequences of my actions caught up with not just me, but affected the rest of the party.
I mean, I'd say it affected the rest of the party. you shot them.
I didn't say if, I said that.
Hmm. And I'm just saying, yeah, I'd say so.
It is
Can we
not.
s- uh, can we stop it from happening again?
I don't. I don't know.
So
We can
what
put.
is she unless you kill people every day, she's going to have you shoot us?
I don't think it's a everyday type arrangement, but it is a need to make that happen sort of thing. And my, well, not my actions, but the actions that befell the party due to me last night, it ain't something that words can fix, and I realize that, and all I can really say is moving forwards, I hope that I can apologize through my actions properly. And we have June's wicker manacles for sleep or in the evening. We can do things to make it, even if I manage to get out of the manacles, that the gun would be at least less effective, and do what I can to keep it from happening again.
My dog will be watching you 24/7.
Fair.
It's got a very sharp eye and a very sharp nose.
Are we not going to talk about how it literally took a singular watch to go from we should not shoot people immediately to let's shoot people immediately?
Well, in my defense, that was not my decision.
It was not him shooting, so he says.
Yes, but his body is indeed an instrument, and I wouldn't
I
exactly
believe the words
blame.
were, I'm going to cash in on that bounty.
That was me.
So it took us less than one watch to go from we shouldn't just shoot everybody to we're going to shoot people in the party. So I do wonder how much we actually do give a shit what's happening to these people, what's happening to these bodies, because does seem to change day to day. He didn't have to get shot at. I had him in entangled just fine.
I did say I was going to cash in on that bounty before you had him entangled, first of all. And second of all, who says I'm still going to cash in on that bounty, seeing as we've established that he's was taken over, and also I'm quite clearly deferring to Fred on this because they're quite literally the injured party in this.
It looked bad. Everything was a everything last night was a mess. I think we can fairly say, but it it wasn't Jed's fault, really. It was the candlelight lady controlling him. So I, I don't I don't know about
I
what
said
Fern what Fern's crying about. I think last night was a mess, and that's fair enough to write off.
I don't want to cash in on a bounty more than I necessarily want uh our group's healer to be safe. If he had actually been attacking Fred and putting our group's healer in actual jeopardy of his own will, then the bounty would have been a bonus to securing Fred's safety. Ergo, I would have cashed in on the bounty. But he
I
didn't
just think
actually
that's
want
like
to,
shooting at our
so
friends with a bunch of extra steps. So I think there's just more than one person who has their actions where their words could be shown.
My top priority was making sure that Jed couldn't fire another shot, puppeted or no. And if he could, my second priority was at least getting in the way.
We at least know what language Jed speaks, opposed to the giants, and we still tried to talk to them. So it could have taken just a second to ask what was going on first.
what, like he could have talked in his state?
Not that you took a second to listen.
I just saw the healer being attacked.
Yeah, and an
Now that I
opportunity to cash in
understand
on your back.
better, now that I understand better, I'm not doing that.
I guess it just goes to show that we have more than one person who needs to show us their actions with their words.
Okay.
I appreciate the sentiment, June, but Wall and Dar might have been a little hasty in their words. Their actions do feel appropriate, considering.
Anyway, I think I think we can move forward. I mean, if last night was truly a blip, then we can hopefully make sure it doesn't happen again. Right?
Exactly. It's a blip, but a blip that has a possibility of happening again, and so we should be prepared accordingly. And for that, I'm sorry.
We already have one extra person on one watch. Let's just make sure that Jed has to watch with two. And we should be fine for a couple days.
And then, when we next time we're in a situation where bodies are stacking up, if I guess give me the opportunity to do the cleanup for the party, I'd appreciate it.
Fred is going to take their coffee mug and just drink straight from the carafe for a minute. Anyone else want coffee?
I sure as hell won't say no.
I'll clean up the top and pour everyone else out some coffee. Just strong black coffee.
Pandora's gonna skip the coffee and go start with the breaking down of camp and stuff so they can start heading on out. Make sure the horses or mule. I forget which one we have.
It's just one for
Horse.
one horse.
An
Hort,
old horse. He's an old
make
man,
sure-
but he does his best.
Make sure our trusty, pun intended, because his name's Rusty, if I recall correct. Okay, hell yeah. Trusty horse is ready to go.
I'll grab a cup of coffee with Fred. Take another smoke.
Fred will happily pour out for whoever needs.
Pour one out for Harambe.
He's not in the party. He doesn't get
Pouring
one.
one out for Shan, that's for sure.
I don't think
There
I
we
can turn
go.
into a gorilla. I think that's too big for me right now.
Maybe later. You could aim higher than a gorilla, though, just saying.
I usually try to.
What level can you turn into a gorilla?
Juniper, worth at least one gorilla.
Bird.
Would you rather find 100 duck-sized junipers or one juniper-sized duck?
Oh,
Wait, 100 juniper-sized ducks? That seems like a
No,
bad
100
idea.
duck-sized junipers.
Oh, okay.
I'd rather fight the giant duck.
I mean,
I would also rather fight the
honestly,
giant duck. That's
both
100
kind of terrifying, and I
That's
say
that's
that
100
as
players of
her.
action economy. That's terrifying.
Now, that is a middle of the night watch question, 110%.
The only question is who would bring it up, but more pertinent to that, we do still have some road to cover.
Sorry, I'm distracted by the repetition of my pun in the in the chat.
Jokes are funnier when you explain them.
Yep, 100%. All right, so you guys pack up camp for the evening. You load up your cart, I suppose. Anything anyone else wants to accomplish before you continue on your way?
This is the morning.
Yeah, morning.
I'm gonna do a quick haul. 1 sec.
Yeah, I bet you will.
You
Aras wants to
would
ask
do a
if-
whole.
Mind your
Ah!
holes.
Aras wants to know if Freddy will teach them how to cart good in the front seat. Aras is gonna kick Lee to the back and be just like, Lee, can I sit up front?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Teach me how to horse.
Sure.
That's nice.
Okay. I succeed on my haul.
Succeed on
What
your
the
horse.
fuck is your Discord status?
But I have to
Oh,
check.
that was the name that I saw printed on the side of somebody's car.
Okay.
And honestly, if I had thought of that name first, I would also have put it on my car.
That's one
I
of
hope it's the
Aras's
name of
like
the person driving the car.
That's the
one of
fake name.
Aras's siblings.
I was gonna say it was the fake name that Latrice went by when she was in Jazeera.
That sounds like a really
Literally!
Yeah.
interesting bar.
New nickname.
There's gonna be good
Ship
weather
name.
today.
New
Band
name.
name.
Ooh, I like your suggestion.
Mhm.
Good weather.
Why do I have so many pills? Great.
It's because you're mentally and physically well.
Right?
Are we
Right, this is a
though?
normal amount of pills.
Pill check. Hold on.
I think I have 9 daily pills.
Give us this day our daily pills.
Let's see.
Literally?
5 in the morning, an additional 2 in the evening. Roll a d8 for daily pills.
Roll a d8 for
Actually,
daily
speaking
pills.
of, can I do a tea foraging check, please?
Yeah, roll a nature or survival check.
Ha ha ha, my dice. It would help if I had roll 20 up. Shame. Shame on me. I wasn't prepared. Goddamn. Yee nah.
No dice.
I rolled a 7, but I'm pretty sure I am proficient in nature, but it's taking a second to load.
If June isn't proficient in nature, I'm gonna eat my
Well,
hat.
howdy there, neighbor.
Also, probably not proficient in neighbor, though, if we're being honest.
She could not pull off a
No,
nice
she's probably
Listen,
bonus.
not
Helen
very good.
didn't need to be proficient in religion. You don't need to be like, you don't need to know things about the class that you are.
I think by contrast, Fred would definitely be proficient in neighbor.
Oh, Fred is, yeah, 100% nature.
Oh,
Well,
neighbor.
that's like a 12.
You're not really finding much out here, but you do find like a cool rock
Oh,
about like the size of the palm of your hand, and it's weirdly kind of like a river rock, but you're out here in the middle of the plains. So it shouldn't be here. It's like someone else saw this cool rock and brought it along and then accidentally left it behind. But now it's your rock, and that's what matters.
I love cool rock. Thank you, DM.
All right. So with the hole and T check, the check's completed. Y'all continue on your way.
See why not?
Yeah, I'm a teacher us how to drive.
How to drive or how to carve?
Yes.
Or how to cart.
Well,
How to horse.
how
Okay.
to drive the cart.
How to make horse go.
I'll tell you what, Aras, roll an animal handling check.
Okay, this can only go well. Let's see. What are we rolling today? If things will load. Animal handling, you said?
Yep.
Oh, that is a 6.
Hans seems thoroughly unimpressed by you.
Sounds about right. I'm probably like pulling on the reins a little bit too much enthusiastically. I'm like trying to like practice getting the horse to go from side to side on the road, and I'm not doing very well.
Yeah, you are definitely a teenager who this is the first time you are interacting with a horse and like, "Ah, yeah, I'm gonna be super cool and get it right away. And you're not quite there.
Yeah, I'm kind of like trying to handle the horse like I would like another animal on the island, and those are not as domesticated.
No, you don't need to tug as hard. Oh no.
Fred fully knows how to cart and horse.
Yeah, I
It's
am
What?
not
proficient.
really, it's not really staying on track very well as the horse starts to go like off the road a little bit. Ah!
Oh. Fred is going to just help adjust with the reins. Like, no, you have to pull like this. There
He's
you go. You
gonna
got
kind of,
it.
Arlas
How
is gonna
fast
kind
does
of
the
paw
cart
a little
go?
bit.
Not very.
Not very.
Can I
Arlas is
walk
kind of
at the
gonna,
same pace the cart
Hang
goes?
on, let's see. Um, I think it goes about the same speed as the horse does. So it goes faster than you.
Okay.
If we're
Um,
galloping, I imagine that if we're just at a walk.
yeah, I mean, I've been using the stats for a riding horse and it has speed of 60 feet. So,
Mm.
That's a lot faster.
it's a nice little trot, little trot. Arasa is gonna like pout and just kind of hand the reins back to Fred fully, and just kind of like,
Oh, don't worry, you'll get the hang of it. Just take some practice, that's all. Rusty is
eh,
a patient old fella.
I
He
think
does need a little
perhaps,
bit more guidance.
yes, I think perhaps I am not so patient.
Well, patience is a skill. You can always practice it.
It's a skill that I have +0 in.
Well, you did good for your
Araras will
first
just
time, I
kind of
think.
like, she'll just kind of like smile a little and nod and just kind of readjust her crossbow in her lap. Keeping an eye out now for the horizon.
Oh, I owe you a potion, don't I? Here. Fred will uh kind of look in their like do a little pat down and go, "Oh, here we go." And give you a potion of healing.
Well,
Thank you very much.
thank you. Pocket it.
I really appreciate it.
Is that right? Kind of
Well, I mean,
casually glance back towards the people in the cart.
I'm sad that it happened, but I guess I'm a little glad that folks were fast to my rescue, I guess.
It's good that Jed is very loud. If I had done it, maybe people would not be so fast.
That's not very reassuring.
Would not do something like that.
Well, we wouldn't know it until it happened, would we?
Do not catch me with talking to a lady, candlelight lady.
That's good.
And when did not see that coming.
At least she didn't show me. Well, maybe. I don't know.
Why does
Honestly,
she not show you?
I've had nightmares and dreams and visions of oh, blood, explosions, fan face, and it
What?
just like it. Some of it was quite similar, but I really haven't wanted to go back through my journal to find out lately.
No? It
Oh,
could have
not
been in there.
yet. Maybe later.
Maybe your book has something about Jed's curse on there.
Oh, I hope so. Some way to take care of it or do something about it.
Are all
Keeping
of
my
your
eyes open.
dreams are all of your dreams visions?
I mean, I don't know. I like to think they are. I record them like they are, just in case.
How can you tell if it is a dream or a vision?
Mm, I suppose the clarity, sense of it all, I guess. Sometimes I'll write down a dream and it's about uh driving on steel-wheeled racing vehicles. Like, I mean, what the heck is that? That's clearly
A what?
nonsense. Yeah.
Has anyone ever like talked to you in your dreams and like explains what the vision is? Or Henwin come in and be like, "Whoa, this is your death."
No, not really. I
They
mean,
talk to
Henwin
you?
is like Henwin's not really a big talker, really. She's mostly a listener.
And how do you know what she wants?
Well, I ask her, or I look at her. I mean, I know her, I guess. I like to
You just
offer
know?
her things that I know she likes. So, if she's feeling kind of under the weather or kind of down, I'll get her some of her favorite snacks.
What gets a Henwen down?
Oh, when it's not really good wallowing weather, when it's kind of cloudy and miserable.
What does
She
she like?
likes to lay in the sun,
That is
finds
not
a
very
good
easy to
spot.
give.
Hmm?
Aside from the sun, what does she like?
Oh, she loves snacks, food, apples. Bring her treats, I suppose.
That sounds like something that the pig would like. Yes.
Hmm. Acorns. Oh, she loves truffles, but she mostly is the best at finding them. So, but every so often, I'll find a good one and save it for her.
It's a little bit odd, but it is sweet.
How is it odd?
I do not know.
I think it's perfect.
I would think that a god would like to have like gold or rubies or sacrifices or memories or something.
It's funny, all you so hung up on this god nature stuff. I mean, I suppose that is what Henwin is, but she also just is to me.
And she saved our lives. She's not just a pig.
Of course, she's not just a pig, but she is just Henwin.
But Tunman is not just a pig. I don't know. To almost pretend like she is not a god seems disrespectful.
I don't pretend. It's just she is. She is what she is. We don't in the family we don't really talk about it all that much or share with outsiders either. It's kind of closely held tradition, I suppose you could say. We keep it quiet, but mostly I think it's because it doesn't do to go bragging about what you have, household gods and all that.
Uh, Aras
People
kind
might
of
get
has
envious.
Aras kind of has an expression of understanding at this explanation, and just kind of like does a big nod. He's like, I see, I understand.
So she is what she is to me and to us. She is the prize of the Dawn Hills, blessing of Tir Orga, and she's the
Seems
best pig in all the world.
it seems odd that she does not want to have more followers. Aren't gods ambitious in that way? Or even pigs want more people feeding them things, yeah?
I mean, I think it depends on the pig, depends on the person, Some people want big, powerful armies and to overthrow kings and governments and such, and some people just want their bit of land and to be left alone.
Yeah, I suppose.
I don't see why gods are any different.
Perhaps.
If anything, gods can be more so because they're literally their whims as opposed to the rest of us making do.
Good point, Jed.
I suppose I have not heard of a god that does not want something more. It's
Well,
odd, but not something I cannot wrap my mind around.
sure. I mean, what sort of things do the gods want? Followers?
Worship,
That's it?
followers,
More?
blood, family. To conquer.
I, I don't know. I mean, I think it's. I don't know. I guess I could ask her. Maybe Henwin wants more followers. I suppose if you wanted to be a follower, maybe she would, I bet you she would accept you.
I do not think she would want me as a follower.
No. Why
No,
not?
no.
Why not?
I think Henwin, as you, Beacon, who can compare?
I don't know. I think you would get along well with her.
Just kind of shrug. All right. Give me those reins back. I'm gonna try again.
All
And
right.
I proceed to drive us off the road.
I was gonna make you roll again.
Okay, I'll roll again. That's worse. 5.
At first, you don't succeed.
You drive us off
Fail,
the
fail again.
road.
Attempt number 2. Fred, Fred, save us.
Fred will nah, here, just a little bit.
You know, when teenagers are first learning how to drive and their parents take them to like an empty parking lot to go around in circles,
Mm-hmm.
that's
Mm-hmm.
really what you need here.
I think I'm doing she's doing that thing where like teenagers apply the brake too hard and like
Yes.
the cart jerks and it's like I'm learning how to drive clutch and I'm like jerking the cart back and
Oh,
forth.
bless.
I'm like sawing at Rusty's mouth a little bit, unfortunately. Like
Oh,
it's not good.
oh, eh, here, maybe I should take over a little bit.
You're definitely showing off your age here.
It's okay.
Uh,
We can try again. We'll get the hang of it eventually.
but nevertheless, um, with your practice only going slightly awry, uh, the land around you starts to have more distinguishing landmarks as you continue on your way. You're in a tillage type area. It's Redemption is nestled kind of within the valley at the base of the mountains, making the terrain somewhat hilly, frankly, and similar to Portland. Honestly, we got nice hills here. Um, but there's lots of farms around you. There's uh great deal of crops. You can see their grains, orchard vegetables, grapes, as well as healthy like farm type animals such as oxen and axe beaks. Um, normal things. There are in fact gardens in front of some of the homesteads that you can see, which have many colorful flowers growing, though as always, the majority of the land is used for farming, and it's clear as you travel that the land is almost blessed somehow, or at the very least, they're able to scrape together and pay their taxes enough as a community.
You seem to be doing a lot better out here.
Yeah, but you're not in like Redemption proper. You're kind of in the surrounding area. The village itself is not large enough that it can be considered a village without all of the surrounding properties.
We're in my country.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, are we near Tirorga?
No.
Oh,
Just the
No,
same kind of vibe.
same kind of vibe.
Fred is absolutely looking like very excited as we're getting nearer to fields and is looking out for the crops and such.
The Yeah, all the crops and foliage seem to be doing really well.
Yeah,
It's
seeing
not
what they
like
grow out here in this part of the land, that type of stuff.
mostly grain. But there are a few places that look apple tree orchards. There are a few vegetables, more autumnal this time of year. It looks like many things have already been harvested at this point. Um, as which makes sense given the time of year. It's autumn, the harvest is winding down. but the land out here does seem to be healthy.
Rare
Every now,
sight these days.
yeah. It's not the forest that it probably once was, but it's a lot better than some of the places you guys have seen in recent times.
I think I've come this far east in a while. It's a little refreshing to see, honestly. Well, it reminds you a bit of Tirarga, huh?
Yeah. Ah, makes me miss home.
Honestly, with how things were this direction, I'm surprised it's this good, considering.
That's not to tempt fate.
Either way, I'm slightly interested to see how the town itself is doing, if the farming's this good.
You continue on your way and just have a perception check.
Sure. I have to grab my math rocks. What am I doing?
No one told me there'd be math rocks in this math rocks game.
What? You expect me to have a full, like, D20 game set for the D20 game set game?
I've
I
never
got
played this before.
I
I
got
don't
an
know
18
anything.
perception.
22 perception.
17.
16.
Those of you that got a 13 and above can spy a ruined tower of some sort. It just seems to be not terribly far from the main road that you're on. Um, but it seems to be made of stone. It's an old ruin. Juniper, you can tell just by looking at it, this was probably like some sort of mage tower at some point, but like centuries ago. And then someone briefly built on top of it, but not, it's not in use anymore, whatever it was used for.
Looks like an old mage's tower over there.
Hey,
Doesn't seem to have anything really like recent going on with it. We wanted to take a look.
Fucking wizards.
I mean, they leave their shit everywhere.
that is curious.
Jed, do you want to get cursed again?
Why not add something to the pile?
You know, he's already sold his soul twice over. Why not give it one more for free?
Frankly, I think Jed has
I'm
enough shit
sure.
going on. I think it's my turn to get cursed.
Yeah, you have the
Arguably,
amnesia.
you already are.
Yeah, but he's still got
I
one over me.
wonder if we send both of you in, which one of you would get cursed, or if it would be both of you.
We
I don't
could
know, I
make it
think-
a race, and the rest of us could bet on you.
Sounds
You
more
know,
like, sounds more like
all
a
of us
gamble, and
get
Jed's
cursed.
historically good at those.
No one
so-
has to choose. We could all get cursed.
No,
That's the
Okay,
spirit.
we gotta
so
curses Jed is an outlier and shouldn't be.
Should not have been counted. All things considered, it probably would be wiser to ask about the tower before we stole it, in case it is somehow still in use by something.
does
Who
it
knows?
look
Ludus could
very
have moved in.
does it look really deteriorated or
Oh yeah.
okay.
Not in like a dangerous way necessarily, but like it looks like no one's been there for a while.
Are we going to walk by it anyway?
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna pass by it
We're
anyway.
going to
I
walk
mean,
by it anyway, and it's not like out of the way.
It's not like terribly out of the way. It's like I've never been to Ireland, but I've been told that like if you're just kind of around on the Emerald Isle, you'll just every now and then see a ruin. And you're like, yeah, let's stop and look at that. That kind of vibe.
I feel like I would go and kind of start like drifting towards looking at the room.
All right. Does anyone stop Juniper? There's Juniper hopping off the cart and going to go take a look.
Far from stopping her, Nat's going with her.
Yeah! Tower stuff. Tower
Lee just like
stuff!
seeing these two about to ship off the cart, and she's like, Freddie, Ross, you're in charge of the cart. Just steer it towards it.
All right.
You guys hop off the cart and head over to the ruined tower. And
Nat
it
does a
is,
giant fucking rabbit leap.
yeah, it is made of stone.
June does a matching satyr leap.
Jumping ladies, if you wouldn't mind rolling perception checks.
Jed tries
I
to
would
get out of the
love
cart
to
and
roll a
falls flat
perception
on his
check.
I would
face.
love to roll a perception check. You got it.
Oh god, I'm good at that, right?
Are you?
22.
You better hope you are.
That's decent. That's an 8.
Decent, you say.
Natrice, you kind of stop short in the field and find like a stray stone that you start looking at. Like, I wonder what this is constructed of. And you start examining that. Juniper, you get closer to the tower, and as you expected, this does not seem like it. Help you. We got out of the way. It does not seem like it has been in use for a while, and in fact you can see little like scrapes of graffiti carved into the stone in like various different points. Most of it seems to be in like infernal, frankly.
Okay.
But like whatever the equivalent of Spanglish is in common and infernal. So you can see things carved in there. Like there is some in common. You can see one that says Diamond and Safe on High kissed here for the first time, and you can see like a cool S like carved.
The S thing.
Uh, so like that kind of thing, and it looks like this is the kind of place that like teenagers would hang out and make out and throw little like parties where they weren't going to be yelled at by their parents.
Neat.
A classic.
Yeah. If you've ever been to the witch house over by Forest Park, that vibe.
Oh,
Jed.
how fun.
Oh, I've been in places like this before.
You would have.
What do you think I did all my teenage years?
I mean, as far as we know, you've been dead for like at this forever. What? Dead?
No.
It goes on for a really long time.
I've
don't
only
think
been
you would
dead a couple
age.
years, and I was a human before that.
Oh, okay.
Lee, were you approaching?
Yeah,
Tower?
he's probably lagging behind Jed a little bit.
All right. Perception check.
Sure. Well, it's not great. That's a 3.
Okay. Maybe this wasn't a tower at all. Maybe this was rocks.
Well, if kids are hanging out here, it's probably safe to say that it has been, well, completely vacated, let's say.
I mean, you've seen
Either
it
that
more.
or
You're gonna say?
they uh uh found whatever unnatural horror is hiding around the corner yet.
The two natures, they're nosy. I'm sure they would have found something. What's the immediate interior of the ruins look like? It's like it's a ruin, right? A ruined tower. So like an accessible entrance anywhere? Like what's the interior look like? Just assume we're
Like,
still outside it.
yeah, it's more like a vague, like circle, like crumbling walls, but like there's a little platform that you can kind of like climb up the wall on to stand on if you like.
Okay, so
And
it's
then
like
like there's stuff to climb on. The walls are high enough that teenagers can come here and make out without being seen if that's what they want to do.
so
Um,
there's not even like a ceiling left behind. It's kind of just completely
no,
opened up.
no, not at this point.
All right.
Um,
How
uh,
climbable is it?
Pretty climbable. Like you can kind of like balance on the wall to get up to what used to be another floor.
Can I?
Yeah, go for it. I'm not even gonna make you roll because like it's there. You find more
Cool.
graffiti left. Like there's a little scratched carving of like kind of a stick figure family, but they all have like horns and tails. And there's like little bad smiley faces on it. And then clearly someone went in afterwards and scratched like the eyes out to try and make it look edgy. You know, that's what teenagers are like.
I'm gonna take my hammer out and my dagger out, and I'm gonna carve my name and Sincere on the wall.
Excellent. And you are not the first to do so. You will not be the
Hell
last.
yeah!
There are so many just random names carved on here.
You guys just hear tonk 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 from upstairs.
All right. But that is what you see. Signs of life.
A rarity these days.
There even seems to be a little bit of ivy climbing on the side of one of the walls.
Place for Waynes to be Waynes.
Exactly.
Pats Fred's head.
Fred is going to go over with Henwin and uh put their hand up on the wall and look at her to put her little hoof up on the wall so that we can leave our mark.
Right. Do you just do
When
this
she
with like mud?
Yeah, well, when she does, Fred is going to use Druidcraft to carve it into the stone.
All
Their
right.
little push.
Fred, would you like to stay inside? I can give you a lift.
Oh, that would be great. Thanks.
With the energy of let's show the short person the top of the refrigerator, June grabs underneath Fred's armpits and lifts them up to see into the just opening of the circle. There you go, right? That puts them back down.
Oh, thank you. That was cool.
Anytime, Fred. I think I'm sure Hen would probably like to stay on the ground.
Yeah. She's a mite bit heavier to lift up too, I have to say. Fred is going to go over to Henwin though and give her like a extra nice brush and pat like, oh, I'm so excited to be back around farmers. I bet you redemption's gonna be real good. I have a good feeling about it.
Just beg the question of you first saw redemption in a vision, right?
Mm-hmm.
Makes you wonder why Henwen and whatever other associated forces want you to come here.
Or we were just headed this way?
Maybe.
Always could have been.
Maybe.
Well, Fred will get back to the car. There's nothing else around to explore.
June follows Fred.
Moment. Like I said, there's all the graffiti to look at. There's it said stuff like people made out here. So and so was here, spelled with a U and a Z, stuff like that. There's the cool S. You know.
The deep lore.
hmm
Oh God, what is that?
Um, but regardless, you guys will all eventually head back towards the cart. Um, and continue on your way. Like I said, it's a very lovely area, much greener than a lot of places you guys have seen in recent times. Um, it's getting towards sunset when you are you start to notice that there are various like interestingly almost unnatural like mounds kind of near the side of the road.
Like, barriers?
No,
Or
they're not
like,
blocking the road. They just seem to be kind of like artificial hills. And anyone who'd like to can make a history check if they'd like.
I am?
I'm good at those.
Hmm. Wow. I'm going to give myself guidance because,
Wow.
that was rough.
Wow.
It bounced off
Wow.
a natural 20.
Oh.
That's a 21 on Nat's part.
13 for Lee.
Of course, Nat knows
12?
about dirt shit.
Nat knows about redemption.
Does she?
Ah!
Excuse me, there's a cat ass on my ear.
Rude of him?
No, this one's mini. This one's not even mine.
Rude of her?
Um, anyway, Natrice, you see these and clock them instantly as barrows.
Barrows!
Um, yeah, these
Yeah.
are barrows. Um, there's quite a few of them, likely all for different family. Can you guys knock it the fuck off? Excuse me. Um, Sorry, they're hitting each other. Anyway,
My God.
uh, it looks like there's quite a few, and then there's little like worn paths between them for people to go down. And while you're kind of coming to this realization, Latrice, you hear music.
Ooh. Like like celebration kind of music or like dirgy
Yes.
kind of music? Ooh, fun. Yeah,
You
she'll
kind
point
of
both out.
yeah, you urge the cart forward, continuing down the path, and at first sight, this group of tieflings seems to be something akin to a marching band.
Oh my
There
God.
there's several tieflings walking together, some with instruments, some without, all seeming to be in merriment. And they are all wearing bright, cheerful shades of like daffodil yellow. That's when you notice that three of the tieflings are carrying a coffin on their shoulders, headed towards one of the bears.
Oh,
God, I
it's
love that so
funeral.
much.
They're all singing, they're all dancing, they're all making noise. Um, the
Celebration of life.
Yeah, the coffin is being carried by three tiefling gentlemen. One orange, one a similar shade of daffodil yellow as everyone's clothing, and one that's green. They are joined by a handful of other tieflings. There's one that's blue. There's one that's more of a lavendery color. There's a little tiefling girl, probably around 9 years old, who's like a sort of a pinkish red. There's another like older tiefling woman, kind of hobbling along with a cane. Um, who's a deeper red, and just a handful of others, and they're all kind of doing their thing.
Is this a grown-up size casket or a not grown-up size casket?
This is a grown-up size casket.
Okay.
Fred will stop the cart at least to respectfully let him pass by. You know.
Mhm.
Seems they left an impact.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's confirmed. The little girl I mentioned, I know I've talked about this before, but I'm gonna bring it up again. But let's talk about tiefling puberty. So tieflings are not born with their horns. They kind of grow into little nubs in childhood, but then when they hit puberty, that's when they start to get all big and fancy. You can tell that this girl is young because she's still kind of got her little nubbins, but she's just kind of stops and like looks at you all with like big eyes.
Fred will wave. I don't know if they're wearing a hat, but if they're wearing a hat, they definitely took it off.
Jed sees Fred take off their hat and it's like, oh,
Can I pet your horse?
Oh, absolutely. Come on over. His name's Rusty.
The little girl kind of pauses, like does that like half step forward, and then looks towards one of the tieflings carrying the coffin. The orange one kind of gives her a nod, and she runs over and just starts like petting his leg. It's like, he's really tall.
Yeah. What's your name?
Oh, I'm Cherry.
Cherry. Nice to meet you. I'm Freddie. That's Rusty.
That's my dad. And she points at the orange one. Uh, his name is Devotion, and we are putting Grandma in with Grandpa.
Oh, That's very important. Seems like you better get back to it. Don't want to keep your family waiting too long.
Okay. And she like kind of like runs back over and pulls out a little like triangle and starts hitting it like in the way that little kids do. And it's very clear that these people have a very unique funeral custom. And if you had to guess, um whoever's in that coffin, whatever they tiefling, they were like grandma. Um, she was probably yellow, which is why they're wearing what they're wearing, but they are still playing their loud music for her nonetheless.
That's so sweet. Fred is definitely very like waving and going to see them off. Waiting until they're gone. Just what a lovely family. That's beautiful.
Oh, to be that loved. Don't think you could get up
Mood.
there. Don't think you could get up there singing as much if they weren't very loved or very unloved.
I wrote it down, by the way, in case you guys engaged further. Grandma's name was Rebellion.
Love that.
Rebellion!
Sick.
But all right. You guys continue on your way, not too much further, but the time eventually comes for you to find a place to camp for the evening.
Hey,
Hi.
Hello.
Hey.
What's
sorry,
going
a
on?
fucking rat just grabbed my dress. I
Uh,
tried to eat it.
Oh,
I'm
I'm
standing too
assuming you
near to
mean
the rats.
pet rat.
Yes, they're pet rats.
okay, I gotcha.
They chewed a hole through one of my shirts earlier this month, but it's one of my punk shirts, so honestly, I think it makes it better. It's got rat bites now.
I mean, honestly, that's the most punk way to get holes in your clothes, so.
Honestly, yeah.
Right? Like, these aren't store-bought. They are authentic rat holes.
All right. Do you guys stick close to the road, or do you set up camp on someone's farm?
Well, if we're
Probably
setting
not
up on
on
a
a
farm, we should probably ask permission.
yeah, probably not on a farm unless we literally can't find another spot.
I mean,
Go dig a comfy little burrow in one of the barrows real fast.
wouldn't hurt to ask. It's not that unusual to have someone camp out in the barn or such if you need it. These are friendly folk around, I think. We could try.
Don't
Would
even
there
need.
be a
That's how it
like
works with friendly folk.
would there be like a hobo language uh, in this universe? Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like when people who would be wandering around during the Dust Bowl, they would put like an X on like someone's gate if they weren't friendly, or they would have like a picture of like a dog or something if they had like a mean dog.
That would probably be more in Thieves' Camp area.
Uh,
Is there any obvious thieves'
Hold on,
camp?
my cat keeps jumping
I'm
up on
like,
the
see, I
fucking
told you it made sense.
but no. Under the thieves' can't description, it literally says the written version is what you asked. And the spoken version is not a proper language, it's a pacing on your language to do double meanings.
Yeah, it's like, hey, what time is it? As meaning like some
Also,
other
like,
thing,
also
basically.
like the hunter's mark, the hunter's count or whatever that Toby had last game.
Oh, true.
Yeah, exactly. It's like to use a to use an analog that I'm pretty sure a lot of us are familiar with. It's like the marks on different houses in Skyrim on whether or not there's a stash there.
Exactly.
It's a fucking spoken Baconian cipher.
Hmm. We have interpreted it as
That's a
like,
no.
yeah.
Actually, don't we have a rogue in our party so someone could read it actually for the first time in forever?
We
We
have
have
rogues.
two people. We have okay, fine. Yeah, we have two rogues who can read Thieves' Cant.
You don't see anything like that, like any symbols.
If we want to camp on a farm, we could probably go seek out the nearest house and ask if there's land we can camp on for the night. Otherwise, like if there's land that's very clearly unclaimed anywhere, like on the side of the road or anything, like surely as the shoulder we could at least park a cart in.
I say we go until we see a house or a unclaimed spot. And then we don't even need to ask to sleep in the barn. We can just like, hey, can we set up camp on the outskirts of your land?
Yep.
Anyway, yes, sorry, my son is a criminal and I hate him. So um but you're able to see a house. It's not terribly big, not that you'd expect it to be. Um, but there's a small garden out in front. This seems to be one of many grain farms in the area. You can go and knock on the door if you like. Or not, you don't have to, I guess.
Who's knocking?
Not me.
I mean, I can.
I would say either the communal farming folk or someone who can uh, pass talk. So I can always go with Fred.
Maybe I'll go with Fred.
Yeah. Lee, why don't you come? Oh my God, where?
It's okay, take your
uh,
time.
yeah. Lee can. I'll go with Lee, and Jed, you can stay and keep an eye out here at the cart.
Oh, Lee will pointedly leave behind the large weapon.
Yeah, Fred's just gonna go to the front door.
Yep.
Um, So you go and knock on the door, and a tiefling woman answers. She's got kind of light blue skin, and white hair kind of tied back into a bun. She is super pregnant. So it's very clear she had to kind of waddle up to the door.
Uh, Hello, ma'am. I'm so sorry for interrupting your evening. We're making our way into Redemption, and it's getting late, and we were hoping, could we just camp out on a patch of land if you're not using it? I can see you have a field that's resting.
Well, we do indeed. We did just harvest the pumpkins. So. That field is open if you so choose. Otherwise, we have a barn where we keep a couple of our cattle.
Oh, we won't take up any of your resources. Thank you so much for giving us the space on your land. We won't give you any trouble.
Well, of course. How many are you?
I think
Oh, we're
about
just seven.
yeah, about seven, I think.
Seven. All right. Um, y'all are sure you don't need lodgings in the barn?
Oh no, we got tents. We're great.
We've been on the road a while. We just needed to find a spot to stop without, trespassing.
If
Uh,
you have a spare trough, I would certainly appreciate the use of it, but
They've got a pig.
oh, we might hang on, courage. And she calls out to her husband who appears, and he's m more pink complected with kind of maroon hair. Um, you think uh you'd be able to take the extra trough out to the pumpkin field? And two of them kind of go back and forth for a minute, but he eventually agrees.
oh, if you just show us where it is, we'll take care of it. We can move it. We'll put
Nonsense,
it back.
nonsense. I insist. Y'all are
No.
my guests for the evening.
We would hate to impose. We are imposing. We're asking a lot already. Fred is absolutely like it's the whatchamacallit, that rustic hospitality fucking there is absolutely like jam that is coming out of Fred's bag to be like, oh well,
Mhm.
here for the
Yeah,
all that
they're
stuff.
engaging in the rustic hospitality with you. They're like, "Oh, well, what can we do for you?" The gentleman's name is Courage, by the way. And the woman's name is Fight the Good Fight.
That's a new one.
I love.
But she goes by Fight. And like I said, she's super pregnant, so she's not really able to help move the trough out. But I'm sure between Lee, Fred, and Courage, you guys are able to move the trough out towards the pumpkin field. And
Yeah.
as mentioned, it was recently harvested. There are still some vines there, but you guys can clear them pretty easily, especially with Juniper's help.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, Mr. 17 strength is definitely helping carry the trough. I don't
Yes.
think Fred even needs to assist.
June
And
has
June
10
just,
strength.
sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying June has 10 strength.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was gonna say June just needs to give a stern look at the pumpkin patch, and then it would just be
Then he's just
ready
like,
for camping.
vines be gone, and they disappear instantly.
Just the disappointing mom look, and just
This field better be clear in three.
or I'm gonna be very disappointed.
June will do what needs to be done.
Um, cool. So you guys are able to get the space set up. We're ready for camping. What would your watches like to look like this evening?
How do we organize this? Because I imagine we're probably following through. I mean, I would like to think that we're following through on the suggestion of Jed watches with two other people, at least for a little while.
And one of them should probably be June, so the cuffs can come off if something comes up.
Probably.
The cuffs don't come off.
The cuffs stay on.
The cuffs stay on.
Yes, ma'am. Jed would. Well, I'm not against the idea of being part of a triple watch, and well, if something happens in the night, should probably be taking a walk with June so she can get the cuffs off in case of combat and whatnot.
The cuffs don't come off. Did I stutter?
Cuffs stay on during combat.
You can't fire a revolver with your wrists bound. Skill issue.
They were around his
Your,
ankles anyway.
your fingers aren't bound. You can still use your medics. Don't complain.
Uh, it's the hands that are more the issue than the feet. It's not like I
Eh,
can lift anything.
it's up to June how she binds you up, I suppose. Whatever she thinks is effective.
I'm just saying what I said last game. They came up from below and went around your ankles.
There.
All right, so it sounds
Who's our
like
watches then?
Jed, Juniper, and one other person.
Yeah, I can volunteer for that.
Cool. Are you
Jed,
guys
June,
on first
Lee.
watch?
I ain't opposed.
All right.
Sure, we'll do them first.
Who
Who's
would
group
like
two?
to take the second watch?
I can take a watch.
Who will be joining the Universal Friend on a watch? It's between Ross, Detrice, and Andara.
I thought about naming one of the tieflings in this town Public Universal Friend, but I couldn't talk myself into it because it was too obvious.
Are you kidding? We needed to have like a Highlander match between Fred and them.
Friend versus friend.
There can only be one.
There can only be one.
You're so strong for resisting. I think Nat'll take the red watch.
Well, we need someone on the second watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that would leave
Dara will take a
Right.
watch.
and Aras on third watch. So first up is Jed, Juniper, and Lee. Then second watch is Fred and Latrice. Then third is Indara and Aras.
The A team, if you would.
I will not.
Good, you shouldn't.
The double A team. The A team.
The Tokay Gecko noise team. Ah.
Wait, does that mean if Andara and Ross attack someone together, is that a double A battery?
You know
The
it.
speed at which you came up
I
with
can't
that?
believe
That was
Lee
really
just
fast.
died.
No, Lee should get to live forever for that. That was sick as fuck, actually.
I'll take the tomato with pride. It's fine.
Okay. So, Jed, Juniper, and Lee, if you guys want to roll perception checks.
Sure thing. Come on, really?
Here we go.
I just did rolls between my two readily available d20s to see, like, which one am I using for the rest of the session? Why not? Because I got a bunch of bad numbers on one.
Filthy
This one
20.
won, and it just rolled a 1. That's a 3 total. I'm using a different die.
Well, 10.
I heard 10 Warpeh. Yeah?
10.
10. Okay. Juniper, what'd you get?
A filthy, dirty 20.
Perfect.
Someone had to get it.
So it sounds like maybe Jed and Lee are chatting with each other a little. Juniper's the only one doing any of the actual walking. Or watching. Juniper, you're just kind of keeping an eye out, watching the fields. It's a hilly area, but lots of farmland. Um, and you can see a little jackalope kind of hop by you.
A cousin.
Did you just call that jackalope my cousin?
Not in character.
June and Latrice love child.
Better joke.
But you see the little jackalope and it pauses and it looks at you and it niffs its little bunny nose before hopping away. Is there any conversation that you guys would like to have?
There was one that I thought about previously, actually. Let me just pull up my notes real quick. Ah, yeah, there we go.
What do the notes foretell?
A conversation with Juniper, actually. Because,
Third wheeling
no,
it.
not really. You know,
Oh,
back in the House of Vice when we were opening ourselves up to the Shadow Lady, as it were, you mentioned that you mentioned something about your sisters missing home.
well, yeah. It's been a while since I've been back.
Sounds almost to me like maybe you're not sure if you match up with them.
Oh, I could not be more different than them. I really couldn't.
Really?
Oh yeah. Uh, my eldest sister, she only ever wanted to be a wife and a mother. And as far as I can tell, she's doing both of those as better than I ever could. And then my younger sister, she's been running the Inn of the Last Home since she was a toddler. Uh, she's got that drive in her that can pull together and inspire people. And I've just never been able to do that.
Everyone sort of leans towards doing something of their own, no?
Yeah, I've been doing that on my own for a while now.
Given few conversations we've had together, it seems like you've been doing that for quite a while indeed, huh?
Yeah, probably. I don't remember the last time I went back. I'm sure
Really?
I've been back since I left, but I really couldn't tell you when it was. I'm sure I went back when my sister got married.
It's good of you.
Yeah, it's the thing you do. You're there when your family needs you.
Are you jealous of them at all?
I think jealous is a word. I just feel
Uh,
like they had it easier. They felt their paths more clearly. She knew she wanted to be a mother. She knew she wanted to run the inn. I've never known anything that firm, except for when it was time for me to leave. And like with that kind of redirection, uh, she's going to have pulled out some just like random like gorp trail mix situation and kind of just like throw one in her mouth.
That actually raises a pretty decent question. Lee, have you figured out if you're a only child or have siblings yet?
You first.
Well, I can't much help. I'm an only child.
Hmm.
Parents worked hard to get me educated, and then dad died, and well, no more education, no more siblings.
Hmm. Do you think you would have liked having a sibling? Not having an answer is an answer in itself, you know.
No, just trying to actually answer that as opposed to be flippant.
Hmm.
While
With
he's like got the longest pause of ever, June's gonna hold out her gorp to Lee.
I'll take a little pinch.
Gorp.
Bunch of oats and raisins, probably.
There you go.
well, in a different lifetime where dad didn't die in the mine and I stayed home and things didn't go sideways. Yeah, I think having a sibling could have been a cool thing. But with how things did go, probably for the best that there weren't someone younger around when we were trying to make ends meet.
Hmm. In the mine, you say?
Yep. Why do you think I know about Silverhaven and the White Fangs?
Hmm. Guess
I don't
that's fair.
know.
Don't know them for military reasons, sure as hell not.
I don't know. Sometimes you just know things. You're a weird dude.
Fair, but it was home once upon a time.
Hmm. Sorry he's been lost.
He's been gone longer than I've had him now, so
To actually answer your question, things are still kind of blurry, but I do get the feeling that perhaps I did have some.
you have any generic stories to share, June? Maybe something that can jog his memory?
I don't know. I guess it's that feeling that you have when you just know something is right or true. But like most of my childhood was me probably just hiding away being weird. Like my sisters were off like having their friends and doing the things that it was that they always sort of had to do, but I was usually kind of fucking around in the backyard or in the trees. Like it just wasn't really around other people a whole lot.
Your call to nature came early, it sounds like.
More
Makes
like
me
it
wonder.
just always was.
Makes me wonder. You make it sound as if perhaps you feel like you've always had trouble finding your path, but maybe wandering is your path.
I've always been really happy wandering. It's better than feeling like you're stuck. I feel like when you can't move at all or move forward, there's nothing worse.
And there's me where I fell down a cliff and I'm trying to climb back up.
Well, you keep climbing step after step.
I do, though. Supposed to keep on with the metaphor. As I go, the rocks are seeming a little less stable.
I don't know. Seems like you're navigating the rocks all right. And June is going to reach into her like deer pocket and pull out the rock that she found from her last tea roll check and give it to Lee. I found
Neat.
this when I was trying to find stuff for your tea. Seems apropos at the moment. Something about rocks.
Unlike the ones that I'm sort of envisioning, this one's not nearly as sharp.
I mean, if you throw it hard enough, someone will think it's sharp enough.
But no, seriously, as of late, the things that I've been remembering and the direction that I've been steering makes me wonder if perhaps I wasn't already in something as catastrophic as what we are in now. I'm worried of what might happen if that's still around and it catches up to us.
Well, you're helping me deal with my catch up. I'll help you deal with your catch up. Same goes to you, June, if you've got any.
June doesn't seem like the kind of person to have skeletons in her closet.
What are you talking about? She has skeletons for days.
Well, no, she doesn't keep them in the closet, she buries them. If not, mulches them.
Or, at which point Jed points at your horn bone.
June's doing that thing that a group of friends does with each other where she just looks like fake mock appalled. Like, what? Me? Who could possibly? Yeah, very that. Like, this, I resemble this accusation. Like, as she's actively pulling out, like, another smoke from her, like, cigarette case. She's like, what? It's never, I swear I. Lighter sounds.
What are you talking about? We got our skeletons on display. Jed points at his hole and June's antler horn again, and it's just like, if anyone would be the surprise to have a skeleton, it would be, well, Fred, I suppose.
Oh no, they fuse their skeletons to Hen.
I think I'd also be surprised if
No,
Fred
you
had
want
some hidden
my
baggage.
full. If we're playing who out of this group is going to have skeletons in their closet, let's be so for real. Like we all, are we just gonna no one's just gonna say the quiet part out? It's Natrice. Obviously, Natrice is going to have has had skeletons. She's so good at burying them.
I feel like she's been pretty forthcoming once I actually asked about them.
I feel like any woman worth her salt isn't gonna say where she buried all the bodies.
Also, if Nat's producing bodies, I figured it would be the sort of ex-husband that would be getting buried.
I think she's a smart woman, and she's not gonna go leaving a trail behind her. But if there's anyone out of us who's gonna have something that she's like some fucking off someone, it's gonna be her. Said completely with the energy of like sitting around a campfire, like with a drink, like vibes.
Well, if we're talking about sitting around a campfire with drinking and, we have extra redundancy going on this watch, Jed rustles around in his bag and pulls out one of the bottles of wine that he snagged from the Story residence. If y'all want to share a glass.
Yeah, all right.
I can have a little bit, I suppose. Don't let me have too much.
Stay clear, but, a little something something to talk to. At which point, Jed pops the bottle.
Boomp.
-3 doses of wine.
You can tell he has rich taste. Gods.
Seemed a shame to leave it sitting there.
I'm sure he won't miss it. He's got, what, 12 dozen other bottles to go drown in if he needs it?
And also, he's a little distracted with the other things we snagged.
That's true. He's probably got his hands full as we speak.
Yeah, hopefully, the lie I told to the kid sticks.
I hope.
Make it seem like it's not a lie and that he knows things are going on and hence why he's upset. Since tricky kid or known things they ain't supposed to know.
She in particular seems like she'd be privy to plenty of things that she shouldn't.
Speaking of tricky kid, what the fuck do you think she meant by Ross being but like her?
That's a really good question. If it's anything deeper than being sneaky, or at least light on their feet, I suspect it's not something Aras knows about.
It sounded like nothing mundane.
I mean, I don't know. Could
Maybe
have
we could
just
find some.
been a couple people seeing alike in each other.
If somehow we get dragged deeper into this cult shit, maybe we'll find something.
Did we grab the book on more information on that?
I
I
think there
know
was
we
like
grabbed a couple extra books. I can't
there's that
remember what we grabbed though.
one there's that one book
Grab,
about old gods that someone grabbed, I think.
grabbed all the books off the desk.
Yeah. And there's that one about I swear there was one about like the names of old gods or something.
Nah, it's more of like a theory of gods. Uh, oh,
I grabbed the book on like rule
um,
deity.
yes, you grabbed three books off of the desk. There was On Demi Planes, um, which talks about like a couple of like known permanent demi-planes.
Right.
Uh, there's Pact Masters, which kind of talks about historical warlocks. And then there's Lost Gods, which describes a theory that there were once many more gods than the common ones known today.
That's the one I was thinking of.
They
Okay.
more or less diminished over time, but still hold a certain amount of power.
That's the one we're thinking of, I think.
The book descriptions can be found in the loot channel if you need them.
Fred has that book.
Big
So.
background noise. I'm so sorry.
Then it was probably just the note that we read as opposed to the books.
Right, the one about going to see the mask maker or something, right?
Yeah, something about a mask maker, something about the kid being special. And
Pretty
then,
sure
you
it's
know,
about something.
the kid then literally appearing out of nowhere.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
It's the note. Can't remember if there's was a term on it.
Whoever you are in the Google Doc, you're anonymous lemur.
Hmm. Oh, additional correspondence. Notes on Dolly. There we go.
I don't think all of those documents got put in the main document pile. BT dubs.
In where?
I don't
I
think I gave. No. In game, Aras has two of the documents and didn't share. Doesn't they're not in with the main pile.
Gotcha.
I think the prayer and the rubbing.
Yeah, no, it was just something about the mask maker, something about the Void Queen, good in our work, but there's no specific term as to what's going on with the kid.
It certainly does beg a lot of questions, doesn't it?
Well, I want to change who I'm betting on to have the skeletons.
I think if Faraz has them, she probably doesn't even know that they're there.
Of course, same with you.
I at least have an excuse.
I'm open about my skeletons.
I suppose
Jed
I
probably tinks one of your guys' glasses when he says that one.
think.
Which also, what mishmash of glasses are people drinking out of?
It's a really good question. Lee probably still has a hit flask. It's
Jed's,
empty
pro-
right now, but
Jed's probably drinking out of like a metal coffee cup.
well, you know
Classic
what?
cowboy shit.
You know what? I don't have a flask of inventory, but I do have a water skin, and I do also have the bottle that the holy water was in. Still, from
Perfect for
the Undring
drinking out
Spirit
of.
fight. It's not consecrated anymore. I don't know why I still have this, honestly.
Hell, it would be funnier if Jed was drinking out of the holy water bottle.
Yeah, I have it listed as a flask that had holy water, changed after I splashed the holy water on something. Well, something was the spirit.
And knowing June, it's probably what, a teacup?
Yeah, it's a thicker than thicker than fine china, but still fairly chipped, um, but very well loved filigree teacup.
What does that even mean?
Let me get you a visual guide. Shopping tab, the images tab. There we go.
Is your conversation there drawing to a close?
I think so. I don't think
Okay.
there's
I
too
think
That's
much.
the vibe I was getting, but I didn't want to cut anyone off.
Yeah.
I think RP wise, yes, but I think they would be chatting until the end of their watch for a while.
That makes sense. So in that case, that brings us to Fred and Natrice.
Woo! Ooh. Perception checks?
If you wouldn't mind.
Pussy cheese. My dice did not like that joke. That's a 1.
Did you say something about horsey cheese?
I said some Percy cheese, and then
Okay.
ooh, the dice
That's
did not
London.
like that one.
I got an absolutely filthy 20.
That's 2 watches in a row where someone got a natural 1 and someone got a dirty 20.
Well, we live by our name, the unlucky 7.
We do still need to change that at some point.
Working title.
So, Fred, you're just kind of sitting there contemplating, thinking, looking at the stars, happy to be back in farmland, maybe stimming with one of Hen's ears. And you find yourself thinking about that tower again. And it just kind of hits you all at once, just a wave of emotion, the the feeling of life. People were born in these lands. They died here. They laughed, they loved, they cried, they lost. Just every little bit of the human or humanoid experience just kind of washes over you, and it feels comforting. It's chaotic, but that's life, right?
That's good stuff. Um, I think Fred might do some journaling about it. Like they kind of breathe in that feeling of it, the kind of out the overwhelm, and they're going to take out their journal and do some writing, I think. Probably draw the landscape around.
Excellent. So do you guys allow the um do you allow for the watch to pass in silence?
I think unless Nat says something, I think Fred might be pretty quiet throughout the watch. Like not not like silent, like not speaking at all, but it's uh kind of they're not really their chatty self. They kind of like, oh, you know, go watch and then just kind of go back to drawing.
Yeah, I think with especially with that perception, um I think Nat's mostly just paying attention to the dirt. Um Actually, I think she's like partially submerged, and it may or may not be obvious to Fred, but she's like sinking down into it and rising up periodically. Um and yeah, she's turning the soil. She's reading it. This is one of the nicest fields she's been in a while. And she's pretty focused on that too. So I'm not sure that she's gonna start anything either.
The soil does feel very healthy to you, Latrice. It feels healthy and alive and like there is something good in here. And it also kind of makes you realize, just in contrast, how unbalanced you felt.
Yeah, I think while Fred's having their little like interconnectedness of all people moment, I think Nat's having a similarly spiritual interconnectedness of nature thing. Um this is what the world is supposed to be like. And this is where she's supposed to be within it. Um, and that does involve entirely submerging herself in the ground for extended periods of time. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think that's, a kind of peace she hasn't felt in a very long time. And she's going to revel in it.
Perfect. And that brings us to our final watch of Andara and Aras. Perception checks, please.
25.
I got a 17.
Okay. So you're both out here and you can both kind of feel the calming sense of being somewhere alive. Um, you both in your own ways have connections to nature. And so while this land that you're on is still land that people have cultivated and harvested, it's more alive than you guys have felt in a while. The lands, much of the reach have been barren. And so I think you guys also can kind of feel this sense of relief in a way.
Ooh, feel that interconnectedness. Feel the dirt. Feel the pig.
Yeah, she'll hang out, she'll sit. She'll wish that she didn't have to have her wolf on guard dog duty, but needs must. Aras is decent company, anyways.
Only decent in comparison to the puppy.
Listen, the bar is really high. It's not.
Yeah, God, I
It's not.
know. I know. Kicks rock.
Nah. Is straight vibing. Chilling and also vibing.
Aras has their toes in the dirt, just kind of wiggling. Their feet is there, and it's like it's odd to see actual leaves and trees again.
Yeah, you pass by a few orchards. Seemed to be green, although they're starting to turn on more autumnal colors.
Mm-hmm.
The soil, when you dip your toesies in it, um, there's a certain dampness that the soil elsewhere in the reach does not have. Also, there's a weird, like, rabbit-shaped hole over there, like a large rabbit person. You don't know. Well, you know what's up with that, but you don't want to look into it.
I've seen enough of them holes.
She cleaned up after herself.
Not nearly enough.
Like
Not enough when you know what you're looking for.
Looney Tunes size cartoon of like their shape of the trees.
This is her hole. It was made for her.
Oh God.
I imagine having a wolf who likes to dig around as well doesn't exactly help.
I do not think that I will ever get used to it being so flat here.
Feeling exposed. There are a lot of trees or hills or mountains or what have you where you're from.
It is all mountainous. I don't think that there is so many miles of flats in all of the islands, really. Not that I've
It's
seen.
it's flat, but it didn't always used to be so there's you used to not be able to see for quite so many miles without obstruction, but when the life was sucked out of the land and all of the trees went down with it, it was definitely jarring at first. But you do get used to it.
This has happened while you were alive? How recently really was it?
It was about 10 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Only about a decade ago, and I've definitely been here much longer than that.
It doesn't seem like something that is only then. It seems like it has always been this way.
Well, it wasn't. It's a damn shame that such decay can be so expedited.
Very, very odd. But I mean, even the gardens being so flat and wide is also strange. We don't do it like that at home. Well, marvels never cease.
What do your gardens look like? Do you also decorate that with skulls and bones and things?
We don't usually just decorate with skulls just anywhere.
Just curious.
in in spiritual places, important places that happens, but no,
And
we do.
gardens aren't.
They are, but not like that.
I see.
We have to do all of our gardening on the hills.
Do you put it into the sides of mountains? Your own terraforming?
I suppose terraforming, I guess, but it is just making flat spaces.
Sure. I see it. Kind of figuratively.
I can draw it for you. She'll pull her notebook out and draw some trellis farms, some fucking what's the word? Brain.
Like hanging gardens and things.
Well, yeah, like fucking mountainside farming, it's like step farming. I forget the
Yeah,
technical word for it. You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. I'm picking up
Staircase
what you're
farm,
putting down.
brain, blah blah blah. Yes. So she'll draw some of that, and it's like flat levels, really lush. You can see there's like some like decent water, like access up in the mountains where the like town is, but not like floating gardens.
How fascinating. It's very beautiful. You're skilled.
My dad helped me a lot.
Doesn't mean you're not skilled. Take the
No, I
compliment.
was
I don't
just
give them
like
lightly.
Ras will tuck her pen away and put her notebook back.
You can see why this place, this continent, this country would seem to be such a sorry state compared to that.
It is nice to know it is at least just this area of the world and not all of it. It would be rather depressing.
It would. Though there is beauty to be found in a desert, I fear that this one isn't quite alive like the natural occurring ones are. And this is where I reveal that she's a desert adept and she knows desert.
gee, I wonder why she knows the desert so well.
Is this
Ranger
like a
shit.
desert?
Desert Storm, baby.
I always figured desert had more sand, not just dead.
Yeah, just dried up topsoil that used to hold life and is now just choked. No cacti, no lizards. Sad.
Um, Aras will kind of like, do you know how to draw it? If it is different or similar.
I could try.
They'll
She'll
hand
give
you
it a shot.
they'll hand you over their notebook.
Should I do a
What
performance check, DM?
Yeah, for
draw
flavor. Why
desert.
not?
That's a natural one, but I've got a +1, so
Oh
it's a
no!
2!
Oh
So
no.
please describe for us what Endara tries to draw and what she actually draws.
She definitely tries to draw some, like, imagine if like a child tried to draw a horny toad from memory, but like they do not have the motor skills, so it just ends up looking like a vaguely spiky blob with maybe like an eye and a line for the mouth. Like and she kind of ends up scratching it out and going, and then she goes for something simpler, which is a cactus, and she'll draw a few like very blobby shapes and like put little spikes on them, and then go, they come in various shapes, and they hold water for a long time, and there's these barrel cactuses, and it's if it's rained recently, you can cut them open, and there's a whole reservoir in there, and blah blah blah. But she's so awkward about it because she knows her skills, like she's failing at this really miserably. So there's just a bunch of spiky blobs on your page, and a really scribbled out, just like sorry excuse for what could have been a lizard, maybe,
Aras is
possibly.
like trying really hard not to ask too many like questions as you're drawing to be just like and what is that like? She's like trying not to, just like waiting to see what final image comes out of this little disaster.
It's very MS Paint with a mouse
Oh my God.
quality.
Oh, rough. And
But
I was just like
there's some cacti.
nodding.
And she'll talk about like hardy arid species, and like be like, yeah, I promise they're like really neat, and like there's these lizards that'll like switch what feet they're standing on it because the sand gets
Oh
too hot.
God. And I
and
was
and
just like, this.
tarantulas are actually really shy and like shit like that. And she'll try to draw a tarantula, but it looks a bit more like a splat of something.
Oh, an ink blob.
Yeah.
I've seen big spiders like this, but not, I think, lizards quite this way.
To be fair, I'm very much not doing them justice. I promise they're quite cool, except for when you find them in your boots in the morning.
Oh, yes, that is quite the problem. Sometimes we would find different things in uh, our bags and things that we set aside during the nights or during the day. It does not seem to matter at home what time it is for bugs to fall on you.
Ooh, the desert bugs are hardy and like anything else, and persistent, and their bites itch like a motherfucker.
Yes, they are beautiful at home, but they are uh, ruthless, really.
Thank you for sharing your beautiful rendition of your home. Um, Sorry about my scribblings.
It is no worries. You can always keep practicing if you need some more paper.
Maybe. She'll kind of shrug and go, "Can't be good at everything. It's all right. I imagine you'll get the idea if we run into one."
Us will just nod, smiling. Just like, okay.
Hopefully not literally run into one. The spines are, in fact, quite sharp and also a bitch. Some of them are barbed, you know.
Are they?
Yes, sometimes, depending on the cactus, if you even just brush by it, they'll get their hooks in you, and you'll end up with pieces of cactus just trailing behind you. It's how they spread around instead of like seeds or anything. They're tricksy.
Aras looks at you a little dubiously, like you might be lying to her.
I
Insight,
swear, fucking annoying. They hurt.
insight check.
Go ahead.
I think you're full of shit. What kind of pokey thing stabs you in the butt to distribute its seeds? Sounds fake.
Uh, I don't know. What do I roll for that? To be
Deception.
telling the truth.
Persuasion?
Okay.
I rolled a 7.
I I got a total of 15. She's not full of shit.
Wow.
The dice know
Okay.
I'm telling the truth. Some
Shifty
cacti do
eyed,
that
but
shit.
she believes you.
Okay.
I do think I have the stats somewhere for a cactus golem.
Ooh, sick. Fight, 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 fight.
Cactus golem that propagates by punching people.
Hell yeah.
The fingers just come off and new ones grow in. So the fingers become tinier golems.
Anyway,
Anyways,
Yes.
I think we'll just kind of chit chat the rest of our watch.
Yeah.
Unless you had something you wanted to specifically talk about.
Nah. She's happy to chat.
all right. So you guys chit chat for a little while. Dawn eventually comes, and you once again engage in your morning routines. Coffee, braiding, searching for tea. I will say that in the morning, Courage comes out and offers you guys a pitcher of water.
Oh, thank you. We're good, but Fred will offer them coffee, uh, and also some of the breakfast that they're cooking up.
Okay, sorry, I had to Google it real quick. Pregnant women can have coffee, so Fight will partake in a little. Courage will gladly partake. And you guys engage in the country hospitality thing again, back and forth. Like, oh no, please, I insist. Oh no, it's too much. And yeah,
Like somehow like they end up like exchanging an equal amount of goods so that everyone leaves with the exact same amount of like stuff that they had. It's just been switched.
exactly, exactly. Um, but other than that, the morning is uneventful. Um, I assume you guys continue on your way unless there's any morning conversations that would like to be had.
I like to think that Andar is still talking about deserts. But when everybody wakes up and she's moved on to like, and you know the tundra is actually a type of desert.
Aras has like lied down on like an unrolled bedroll next to the fire and is just like sleepily nodding to whatever Undar is saying.
Engage autism mode.
It's her
Honestly,
thing.
Fred probably like when they start like waking up and they're hearing like Andara talking about deserts or whatnot, they're going to kind of like very sleepily like sit up and start listening to them as they're pouring their coffee and all of that stuff, just like listening to her take on the matter. Very enraptured with her autism speeching.
Natural deserts rule. Okay. They're great. They are, in fact, teeming with life. Thank you very much. Evadne's manufactured desert fucking sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to go all Tolkien on you guys, but bad guys, bad place, no trees. Um, but all right. You guys continue on your way. And I'm not having you guys roll for random encounters at this point because you are within the jurisdiction of the town, and there are things to look at here without needing to roll for anything. Um, After an hour or two of travel, you guys see a pond with it looks like muddy banks, plenty of reeds and lily pads. You can imagine that there's probably a very healthy frog population. But at the moment, there is a very large wickerman built within the pond. It doesn't resemble anyone in particular. It's just big in there, and it's like its arms are raised up.
Oh my gosh, we might be in time. It looks like a harvest festival.
And you continue on your way, and you can tell that the road has been very well traveled, that you're on, and you even start to see signs. There is you see a couple of roads and paths leading out into various fields, but there's one that you are on which seems to be labeled the mountain road. Um, but you continue on your way. Couple more hours of travel. Lee, do you want to give us a chance to drive, or are you traumatized from yesterday?
Oh,
I
please,
believe in second
God,
chances.
give me a chance. Give me the reins.
I said I believe in second chances. Get up there.
Fred is
Darl will
going
You'll never
to
learn if you never do.
yeah, Fred is going to be in the cart actually making Henwin and themselves spiffied up.
and Darl will say something about practicing it. And then climb up if nobody else does. Because she can do animal handling. To like help.
How are you planning on helping?
Mostly just like, no, you don't handle a horse that way.
So I've got Lee and Fred and Andara in my ear on all three sides of me, and the horse in the front, and this can
No,
only go
you don't.
well.
You don't have Fred. It's fine. Fred is busy with Henwin, so you just have Lee and Andara.
Oh,
Yeah, Lee's
good.
probably riding
Even
shotgun with you as instructor
better.
today.
I would love it
Fred's
if you
elsewhere.
two I would love it if you two could give me a demonstration for how this sounds as the two of you try and convince us how to not crash this car.
Oh no, you want to go on your left? No, your other left.
And Dora's like, no, no, don't handle the horse like that. You do this. And she's like more like a backseat driver in this situation, I think, because Lee actually has the cart thing and Dara just knows horse in this situation. So she's like posted up at like the very like front of the cart behind like the front
And
like
and
drive
Dara's
seat.
just like, it's okay. I'm a horse girl. I speak horse.
Which one of you is the steering wheel grabber and which one of you is the startle foot press person?
And which one of you is yelling for using the turn signal like a normal fucking person?
And which one of you is dramatically gasping as if you are going to die because nothing is happening?
All
Nat.
of the
Very good question.
Did you say Nat Dove?
She's in the back heckling.
You just
Please.
hear thump, thump, thump as she's trying to break.
Aras is gonna get super overwhelmed by this and just drop the reins in Andara's lap and is gonna scramble into the back of the cart.
And Dara doesn't have vehicle proficiency, does she?
She has animal handling, but that's it.
Aras
She's
is
gonna look
bailing
at Lee like, help. Big wide eyes.
Rolling his eyes, taking the reins.
All right. Um,
Maybe
you
one
guys,
person, maybe one instructor at a time next time, Andorra.
you guys eventually start to come upon the town of Redemption proper. Um, it's you continue to follow the mountain road, named as such that as it leads to both of the Moontouch Mountains, and if you continue on your way, the border of Amastasia. But it takes travelers through what can very generously be referred to as the heart of town. Most of the buildings here are made from old wood, clearly harvested from the trees that belonged to the forest that once covered Vimona. The closer you get to town, the more you see notices stating that naming ceremonies are banned. But every now and then, you see a little scrap of paper depicting a horned woman with her arms opening down towards several hands reaching upward. The woman in the picture is shaded in a way to indicate that she has a halo. But nevertheless, there are several buildings you can see around. And of course, I will be putting all the descriptions into the chat later on. I'm not going to forget. But you can see several buildings. There's a large sort of longhouse-like structure with lined with flagstone and stonework extended upward to form the lower half of the main floor. The upper half constructed with timber and a gently sloped roof that is covered with sod. And you can imagine that in the summer, when we're not about to enter the real heart of autumn, that there are lots of flowers growing. There's a small shop with a sign that reads flowers and foods. Um, there's another one next to it that says eggs and fresh fowl. There's a little bakery, easily to tell, not only from the scent of freshly baked bread wafting out, but also the little sign that reads Upper Crust Bakery. There's an old rowan tree, long dried out, but it looks like it would be a nice picnic spot and is not terribly far away from a well. Um, there's a place with a sign out front that reads Amity's Bunkhouse. Um, there's a hardware store known as B Wares. Um,
No!
um, there's several houses, smaller, kind of scattered among the larger buildings, likely belonging to the business owners. There's what seems to be the town hall, which appears at first glance to be a converted barn of some sort, with wide double doors leading to an open door. But the one of the best kept areas of town seems to be the central circle. There is a stone statue to one side depicting a tiefling family looking up towards the sky hopefully. And there is a post in the very center, which has been decorated with ribbons for the upcoming festival. And indeed, ribbons and banners have been strung up between many of the surrounding buildings. There are a couple of smaller wooden platforms set up around the circle for dancers, but also plenty of room for dancing on the moss and cobblestones, too. Uh, Not too far from the main town, up the hill a little, there is a large house that looks like a recent build that clashes with the otherwise rustic feel of the village. Um, it kind of overlooks it on a larger slope, and as such, it is larger than any of the other residential homes surrounding it. Seems at first glance to have more of a guard presence, which makes sense as it is also not far from the guard barracks. But as a tiefling majority town, there are various tieflings walking around, running errands, buying things, stopping to chat with one another, getting ready for the festival. Uh, and Fred, you can see that the post in the middle of the central circle, decorated with the ribbons, has the sign that you saw in your vision, declaring naming ceremonies to be banned.
This is a spot. Can I, looking around, like, there's clearly they're setting up for the festival, right? Is there like a organization? Like, does it look like there's like a, uh, like sign up tents or that sort of thing?
Not that you can see. You can see different people like setting up tables, making sure that like the streets are clean, hanging up banners and ribbons. There's a couple of kids that are running around, looking at all of the decorations getting set up and getting excited.
There doesn't seem to be anyone that's like in charge, though. It just seems to be like a bunch of people.
Not at first glance, but this seems to be a community effort.
Oh, that's lovely. Fred's just going to look around like excitedly peeping ahead. Um and look to the party like, "Oh, this is wonderful. I'm so excited for the festival."
What kind of festival it is?
Oh, Harvest Festival. Have you ever been to one?
You're asking the wrong person, frankly.
Who would we lose?
Bird?
Dove. She abandons us. Anyway, continue.
Uh, have you ever been to one, Lee? In your memory?
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? In my memory, no, but perhaps I have.
Well, you'll definitely be to one now.
I must have to wonder what these naming ceremonies are about.
Yeah? Curious?
We've
Doesn't
lost
seem to
visual on Avery.
be. Oh, doesn't seem to be.
Yeah, hold on. One of the cats just threw up.
Ah,
Oh,
fine.
No.
The banning on the naming ceremonies doesn't seem to be something that comes from the town folk, if you know.
Oh, it definitely doesn't.
Wouldn't need to have a big sign there.
Or several of that matter.
Also, what could be so harmful about a naming ceremony that it has to get banned?
That's what else I'm wondering. It depends on who or what's getting named. What for?
Naming who goes into the Wicker Man.
The hen went in there.
Oh no, it's whoever's
No.
in that big fancy building that's obviously going to be an asshole.
It's the
Oh,
guy that
good.
you're burning to set off the Wicker Man.
That's the way it should be. The people in the big tower,
Truly.
the Wicker Man.
Yeah, you get to live comfortably for a year and then you go in the Wicker Man.
Remember
Exactly.
the 27th of May.
No. Has anyone else ever been to a harvest festival?
I mean, I have.
Hey.
I can't say that surprises me, honestly.
I can't
June sort of
imagine.
just nods.
I can't imagine the harvest festivals I've been to are quite like this, but perhaps they are similar.
I was actually about to ask if you've had anything like that on your island.
Okay, sorry
Eh,
about that. I'm
It's all
back
good.
now.
We're filling time.
thanks
It's all
for
good.
saving us from the cat puke cam.
True.
That's the goal, especially since she threw up right behind my head.
Ah,
Oh.
fun.
At least it's not on the head.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
this
so
time.
Perk.
Small miracles.
what are the harvest festivals like on Jazeera though?
They do like foot races and food and mock battles between the warriors and things like that. They do sacrifices and dancing. It's lots of
Mm.
eating.
And we burn the Wicker Man.
We don't have a wicker man, but we do have like a man probably.
Wow. I'd love to go to a harvest festival in Jazeera. That sounds interesting. What
Well, you
time?
can see how many tamales you can eat all at once, and it'll be good.
What's tamale?
It is like corn with the filling.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Something we could
Yeah,
make here if it's just corn with something else in it.
Yeah.
maybe. I don't know what kind of corn you have.
Hmm.
You
There's
have
types
corn
of
here?
corn.
Yeah. Fred's
Actually,
gonna point out
oh,
some corn being hung up somewhere, probably.
Yeah, there's people setting up like corn being hung up. There's people like taking the leaves so people can make corn husk dolls.
Aras kind of puts their hands on their hips and like looks at the corn a little judgmentally, like, I don't know, it doesn't seem to stack, like judging the quality of the corn.
How does it compare?
Yeah, I guess we will have to taste, huh?
very political answer there.
Mm. Well, if it is a good festival, it will be a feasting festival. Those are the best ones.
Oh, I bet you this one will. I mean, most harvest festivals around these parts have all sorts of great food, lots of fried inventions and unique dishes that are just for the times, and pies. Oh my gosh, it'll be so exciting!
They do seem to have a better farming situation than elsewhere in the Reach, so who knows? Maybe there is a
Oh, I
feast.
hope there's I hope there's an animal competition.
I think registering hen would be cheating, no? Maybe not
Why
cheating,
not?
but
She's not cheating. She's a perfectly good candidate. She's the best pig.
well, that's what I mean. She'd kind of blow all the competition out of the water, wouldn't she?
I know, but that's what the competition is for, to prove it to everyone.
Is it not worrying that someone might see Henwen and report back about where she is? Aren't you avoiding the tax man?
Not if we keep on the move.
They see a halfling submit a ginormous pig to a harvest festival and might raise a couple of eyebrows for whatever of Vadney's mooks are actually here.
I'd roll a
It is a good
perception check.
concern.
All right. Uh, that's good actually. Um, that is a 25.
So I assume you guys are relatively close to the central circle. There does seem to be a table set up close to the side for show animal competition. Um, there are just 5 different categories. There's a section for dairy cows, dairy goats, pigs, horses, and poultry.
Perfect. Fred is hopping out of the cart and her hustling as fast as their 25 feet of movement will get them.
Lee will
Uh,
have Rusty slow down so that we don't leave them behind.
all right, there at the table is a yellow tiefling with orange hair. Um, he introduces himself as trustworthy. Um, but he helps you get Hen signed up, and he does ask if you have the papers proving ownership.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
I mean, I'm not handing them over, but I am
Hmm.
showing it. I
Oh, yeah.
do have a legit
Yeah, he marks
trademark
it
paper.
down. Um, but he gets you signed up.
Looking forward to it.
And with that, I think that is where we will call session.
We're here. We made it. Festival
Festival.
arc.
It's
I'm
in
so
my
happy.
it's in my D&D contract that I have to give you guys one festival per game.
True. True.
Oh
Hell
my
yeah.
gosh, I'm so excited.
But
Good
I
game.
have updated the encountered NPCs as well as the city descriptions, which you guys may peruse at your leisure. City descriptions, I did also include the link to the Pinterest board for the vibes for Redemption.
Nice.
Thank you,
Yay.
DM.
Thank you
Thank
for
you,
DMing.
Oh, this
Yay.
is delicious food.
Oh, are we on
No.
for Saturday?
Believe so. I don't think anyone else has ventured to parts of the country unknown.
Not this week,
I'll
at
be
least.
I'll be a problem weekend after next, but I'm good for this weekend.
All
We
right.
can burn that bridge when we come to it.
Yeah. We can
Mhm.
Or burn the Wicker Man when you get to that, maybe.
Jed spends a weekend in jail, whatever.
I mean, the guy you're after is here. So, like,
That is true.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That'll be fun.
That's going to be really fun, capping off the festival arc with a duel. That's going to be great.
Yeah, duel
It's probably not a
assassination.
duel now.
We'll see.
Jed, look, I know we have our differences, but Andara is willing to hold a bitch down so you can kick him, kick his shit in.
Just like, get him, Jed! Get him!
It could
Get
be
his
a
ass.
fair duel as opposed to a shoot in the back assassination.
Andara
but,
is
like-
down to clown.
Yeah, he gave her a bad job. Go
And
ahead.
who knows if this guy's going to play fair anyway.
Precisely.
Not really, since he followed me out of town with a posse and killed me. So,
True.
you know.
See, okay, fair is fair. Now you have a posse.
Also, I want you guys to know that for all the tieflings, I have a nice mix of like regular, like virtue names and then some Puritan names for fun. Thus, fight the good
Yes.
fight.
I
Awesome.
love them.
Hell yeah.
But again, we'll come to those when we get to them. But for now, oh, there's hearts exploding out of you.
Yeah, I love the tiefling so much.
Anyway, thanks for playing, guys. Super good conversations this
Oh,
time around.
yeah.
Yes. Oh my
Um,
God. Such a good game, guys.
Yes, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Good
Bye-bye.
night, everybody.
Bye.